Yo, we are here with a new Project Spiral podcast episode. Today we got Seth Blair with us, my coach, my dog. We're going to talk a little bit about pitching today, man. I'm excited.
Do
So,
it.
I just want tell everybody a little bit about your story and about baseball. I don't really know your whole story, and I'm kind of interested to hear this.
Oh, what do you want? Where do you want me to start? What do you want to know?
Let's go coming out of high school.
No, I went to ASU out of high school. I was a shortstop pitcher. I played for the Midland Redskins, like a travel ball team in Cincinnati, and we played and we like lived there after the senior year of high school, and we played all over the country. And then I went to ASU, and then I went there for 3 years. I got drafted. I went to the Cardinals, played with the Cardinals for 5 years, and then I was out of baseball for 5 years. And then I got back into baseball in 2019 with the Padres. And then COVID, I went to the Red Sox, and then the next year Red Sox, then with the Rays, and then haven't played for the last 2 years.
What happened what did you do in those 5 years when you weren't playing?
Try to get custody of my son. Try to figure out how to be like able to think about what I should be doing with my life.
Yeah.
It's tough.
When is that when you did the backyard stuff?
No, that was in 2020.
So that was during COVID? The
Yeah,
COVID stuff? That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
So you you started the backyard with did you start it or was it with Lynn's?
No, I just started it by myself. Me and my bro. I was like running out of money, and I just was like, "Hey, if you build me a mound, I'll throw 100 miles an hour." And then the next week, COVID happened, and no one had a place to throw. And then
Oh, dude.
just throughout the years, from knowing all the people that I have played with,
Yeah.
people just started coming over and throwing, and um, I don't know, it got kind of crazy for a little while, and then and then I ended up getting signed out of that during that summer, and that's kind of what got me back into like really, I don't know, trying to be a pitcher.
Yeah. So I mean, I know you dealt with the yips.
Yeah.
What kind of can you just tell people kind of your experience with that and where it led you
I
and
mean, yeah, the yips is like it's like having like trauma PTSD as a baseball player.
yeah.
And I don't know where it comes from or what it stems from, but I mean, I've never met anyone that's stupid that got the yips. Like usually it's people that are overthinking.
Yeah.
And so it's like something that you have to learn how to get back to your natural self. And honestly, that's been the biggest thing in my journey that has like made me want to keep playing, is just like always trying to find that pure throw that maybe you had when you were a kid before you knew anything, and it just felt pure all the time. You might have made a bad pitch here or there, but it always felt like it came out of the hand perfectly. And so I don't know, just always chasing that feeling with the knowledge that you have, and then that just kind of teaches you over and over different things.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, the yips are they're not fun at all to deal with. I can't imagine going playing at that level and having to go out there and be like, I don't know.
Yeah, I remember one time I was like, I don't know, I threw first pitch of the game straight into the ground, second pitch of the game straight at the guy's neck.
Oh,
And like I would just let it eat. But what was crazy is I could always throw a curveball for a strike. Didn't matter. Like,
yeah.
it was just like, I don't know how that
Yeah.
happened.
I don't
So
know
like I
what.
would be able to like mask it out
Yeah.
there, and it's like,
Just drop
I
it
don't
in.
know, it was like it made you learn how to pitch with a breaking ball, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But if you've ever pitched with a breaking ball and a fastball, then you feel like you're missing a weapon.
Yeah. Yeah. The fastball is so what do you think led to that kind of breakdown of not being able to like feel the throw the same and
I
kind of
think
getting into your
like
head.
thinking that I think that thinking that other people could teach me how to throw a baseball without like actually thinking about it and feeling it and knowing who I already was, and
Yeah.
accepting that who I already was pretty darn good. Um, I mean, I don't know, knowing now is throwing 97 miles an hour without ever learning anything about pitching.
Yeah.
And so when you feel that feeling and then you start to try to think like, oh, there's more, and it's like the more is almost through that like
Yeah.
higher self. It's not through like
Do
trying,
this,
tinkering more.
move.
You already
Yeah.
have it. You might just need to get a little bit older and have another environment that pushes you to the next level.
Yeah, I feel like that's really common. I mean, I think everyone's been in that spot where you get a little bit of leeway, and it's like, oh, I'm trying. Let me keep going. I want to find. I want to keep going. I
Yeah,
want
and
to fix that.
I just think that a lot of people, we don't really believe in ourselves as much as we should, and we don't understand that why we have success sometimes. So then we're just like looking for answers
Yeah.
elsewhere. And then
When
it's
you
like,
start not having the success.
yeah, or even if you're just somebody that wants to be great and you think that someone else has an answer to make you that much better, it's like it's not going to change you. There's no like cheat code to become Nolan Ryan.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, did Nolan Ryan become Nolan Ryan overnight? It's like even look at his career, still had to chip away and
Yeah.
keep getting better and better
Yeah.
at pitching.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's like something to be said is that like now we're seeing kids that are throwing so hard so much earlier that there's almost seems like this pressure through the internet that you have to start throwing hard or like the same age as some of these outlier kids are, and it's like there really is something to be said with just time and age. I feel like that
Yeah, and
that
also
most
just
people
like,
have to like have to
yeah, I
get
mean,
close.
I know too many people that have made too many millions of dollars that when they were 19 years old, they were throwing 91 miles an hour.
Yeah,
And then at some point when they're 25, they're throwing 95 miles per hour. But it was just like a gradual increase through being a really good pitcher and training more and being more dedicated to the craft. And then the body just responds to the environment.
yeah, yeah, man. I don't know. Some of these kids are crazy today, throwing 89 at like 13. Which I mean, I guess those
But
kids have always.
you also gotta remember that like it's still not the norm. It's just that there's Instagram so that you can see it. Like
Yeah, yeah.
there's
That's
always been
yeah,
those kids. Those kids were always there.
yeah.
It's
That
just now
is
that you know about it when you're
now they're
14.
getting
Now you're
built
like,
up.
"Oh, I'm behind because I
Yeah,
saw this kid on the internet." It's like, yeah, I'm sure there's more kids throwing hard naturally just because there's more kids training, but like the number of outliers isn't that crazy. Like
yeah,
honestly, there's probably a lot of outliers that are getting overcoached and that kind of like derails them. Kids
yeah.
that are getting hurt at too young of an age because they're not like respecting the development of the body.
Yeah, yeah, and coaches too. I feel like are probably more likely to push those kids to like, let's go, let's get a performance out of you right here. When in reality, it's like they're throwing so hard for that age. It's like eventually something's
Yeah, but
gonna.
it's if you're a coach, as soon as you can say that you help somebody become someone,
Yeah,
then that's how you get traction. So
yeah,
then that's what it becomes like deep inside. You're like, oh, I need this person to be good, you know?
yeah, yeah. That is a weird aspect of it. I feel like you don't really think about as a player, especially when you're younger.
Or at least you kind of hope that your coach wants you to be that good, you know?
Yeah,
Some people, I think their coach may not even care about them.
there's probably an equal amount of those coaches as well, especially in the. Yeah, I don't know. In the development world, there's a kind of I'm still getting my money energy. I feel like
Yeah.
to because pitching is so hard to develop. Like especially like if you're not an outlier, or you don't have any outlier abilities to begin with. It is so it's so hard to develop those and
Well,
get
yeah. And then
with the
it's like
knowledge that they have.
throwing and pitching are one and the same, but completely different. So
Yeah.
that's what makes it, I think, so hard and so confusing is everyone's learning how to throw, but who's learning how to pitch?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, throwing into the screen, I remember when I was at Tread, I mean, I look around and I'm pulling down 66. I'm like, okay, I get why I'm not doing anything crazy, but there's dudes next to me who are 225 yoked, just throwing into the same net that I was all day. And it's like, why are you here, dude? Like, you should be somewhere. You should be throwing for a team right now. And it's like, well, they're 95 into a net, and then they don't know where the ball's going. And it's like,
It's
I don't
hard.
know. It is hard because, I mean, those places seem to be the only place to go on the internet. It's like, you're like, how do I get better? And it's like, there's a couple places, and it's like, oh, I'm going to go there. They're going to help me. And then you get there, and it's like, that didn't really help me. And now I'm $1,000 short this month.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I say it to Brooks all the time. If someone sends a video and they're absolutely terrible, it's like, do you tell them that they can throw? It's like when they say, my goal is to throw 95, do you say, oh, yeah, you can for sure throw 95? Or is it like, you be honest with them? Because I
Yeah.
said, what are other people saying? Like, do people just tell people it's like, yeah, in 1 year you can achieve your goals? Or is it like, it's an honest conversation where it's like, look, you need to understand where you're at and how you got here, and like
Yeah. I
it's
remember
gonna
that.
take a lot of time.
I remember that with the first time we talked. I was like, I wasn't sure. It was a very honest conversation. And I was like, I don't know why. I was gonna train with someone else, or I'd already talked about training with someone else, and I had a bad velo day. I was on 79 into a tarp. My arm hurt, and I just got off the phone with my mom, and I was like I don't know if I want to keep doing this. Like, I really don't know if I want to keep playing baseball. And I was like, I don't really think this guy's gonna help me. I don't know. And I saw your page, and I was like, I know this guy used to work with Doc. I was like, I'm gonna reach out and just be like, I don't really have anywhere else to go. I'm gonna see what's happening. And then we had that convo, man. And it's been really a changed my life. Like, I don't think I don't think I would have came back this year, to be honest, if it kept going down the road it was going down. So
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
it truly was
it's
God.
more of a it's more of a testament to you though. It's like it just comes down to helping people stimulate the thoughts the right way so that not everything feels like it tore them down. You might have to learn from things that made you feel terrible.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
like, I don't know, there's not a lot of people that want to take the time to understand that compound interest is going to take you years, but
yeah,
the people that do, they always become successful.
yeah, man. It's really I always had the work ethic. It was just I needed someone to guide me the right where to put the work, like how to put that work in to make it beneficial, like where it's actually gonna pay off. And it's like
Yeah.
just doing. I think the thing I notice a lot is that people do all these things that they like, but it's not really helping them with baseball. Like, it's fun to get in the weight room and go crazy. It's fun to do I don't know, plyo drills or whatever, but it's like if it's not working, it's not working. But a lot of people just I feel like kind of stay with something cuz it's like, oh, like I kind of like doing that, but is it going to get you where you want to go?
Yeah, and that's a hard conversation to have with yourself because the way that like the appeal of the internet is that lift big, throw hard is for
Yeah.
everyone. And it's
Yeah.
like and maybe for a lot of people that works, but for some people it might not. And
Yeah.
it's like it's way more about movement quality and how you're thinking out there and the way that you're living your life every day.
Yeah,
And then it's
emotionally
like
I think
most
is
most guys are gonna be in the weight room anyway. So
yeah.
like it's like, yeah, you're gonna get your weights in, but it's like how do you like think about how all that fits into what really matters to where you're trying to go?
Yeah. It I mean, I love the lift big throw hard stuff. Like I love the energy of that. It fires me up cuz like the second I'm done with baseball, I'm going to be in the gym every day going crazy.
Yeah,
I'll
for sure.
probably yeah, who knows, might hop on a stack or something and just go absolutely crazy. But yeah, with baseball it's just it's funny in our weight room there we have that shortstop. I remember showing you this, so it's crazy. Like there's this dude who's it just it always stands out to me how a guy who is 185 pounds, maybe 190 pounds, not doing any crazy numbers. I don't think I've ever seen him do 315 on a trap bar. Is pulling down mid 90s. If he wanted to, he could probably hit something above 95 from short, and it's like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't. People are so quick to be like that dude's an outlier, but it's like the like that style of training. I feel like just has just I don't know. It speaks for itself that there is another way that's not the gym J band
Yeah, I
plyo
mean
ball route.
it's just tricky because like working hard is obviously the answer, but it's like how do you actually adapt the body in an athletic way so that when you're out on the mound and you're trying to pitch that your body actually will respond without thinking that I need to do, I don't know, a million different exercises to activate before I go throw.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that just
I
becomes a burden, you know? It's like, can you
Oh,
just
it's the
do throw?
worst. I used to warm up for like an hour and a half. I remember it was yeah. It's like I'm already hypermobile. I don't know what I was doing. I've been the most flexible kid on my team since I got there. It's like I don't know why I was warming up for 5 hours before I threw it. Just for my arm to hurt every time. It
Yeah.
was insane. But I think that the you have to be in a spot where you literally have nothing else. Like I remember saying this to you a while ago is that like I never would have bought into this program if I wasn't at like I'm about to quit baseball. Like I remember doing the lifts being like this is stupid. I don't think this is going to do anything, but I was like I'm going to do them cuz I don't have anything else to do. Like nothing else has worked. I'm like I'm going to work hard at this and whatever happens happens cuz like if this doesn't work and you said 3 months and I was like I'm going to do this for 3 months and if nothing changes I'm probably done with baseball and it's like oh, that actually kind of helped. Why am I actually throwing a little better now? Why does it feel a little better? And then it just kept going and going.
I just remember the videos of you back at home in the summer going and jumping in your driveway and doing
Dude,
all the crazy James Karen check. Shout out
bro
pH
promotes.
water.
I was always promoting that,
Saw
bro.
these for 5 today. How to get them for James.
Bro needs to start promoting Project Spiral like that. I gotta get him on that Project Spiral paycheck.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Yeah, record. Um, yeah, but I don't know. I don't have no idea what we were saying. But Zoom,
Um,
how much is Zoom trying to charge
I
you?
don't know. Zoom crashed everybody. So we're on Discord now. Zoom is terrible. They just want me to upgrade. Uninstalled it.
Part two.
Yeah, we're back. We were just talking about how bad I've been forever. The throws that I had before we started working. I don't even remember which ones I showed you. I definitely tried to find good ones too.
Oh, I mean, the craziest throw was the throw that you sent me of throwing like a rock or something when you were a
Oh
kid, and
yeah, dude, that was low
I
key
was
one of
like,
the videos that made me start. That was one of the first videos that got traction on Instagram, which is crazy. And I was like, dude, that throw was beautiful. I need that
why did that
again.
get? What, you posted that on your story or what on
I
your?
made a post about it and I was like, yo, I shouldn't have messed it up, bro. I used to be able to throw so good. And now I'm pulling out 66.
Is
Was
that how everyone? Is that how so many people feel?
I think so. That's the only reason my ideology behind Project Spiral was always like everyone on the internet always talks about how good they are. I was like, I'm gonna talk about how bad I am and see what happens because it's funny. It's funny. It started out with jokes with like my teammates. I was like, I've never tried to like pretend to be like I'm like this crazy good dude. It's like I started playing. I've played 4 seasons, 3 seasons of baseball. I don't know what I'm doing. Like I'm just trying to figure this out. So I was like, I remember just telling people stories about tread, and it was funny. I like one of the stories was they had me doing pull downs for whatever reason. I couldn't feel my arm. Like my arm was genuinely like shake. Like I remember like it was that like weak from like throwing, and in the middle of the facility with a big screen that shows my number to everybody. The whole facility could see me. It's just college guys and like minor league guys, and they have me doing running guns for like 20. He has me starting at the back of the cage, running all the way to the end of the cage screen. He's like, "We need you to get intent going. We need you to build up your intent." I'm like, "Okay." So he has me run like almost, I would say probably 15 yards, and then do my running gun. And I'm sitting like 78, and everyone's like trying to be nice. And a crowd forms to like cheer me on. I felt like I was a Make a Wish kid. So I'm doing my pull downs, and then this dude's like, "Yo, let me hop in, let me hop in." I'm like, "Oh, this can't be good, dude." So he's starting where I'm throwing, and I'm walking back to my starting point like 30 yards back, and he does a shuffle throw and it's 94. So now we're trading on and off. He's throwing and I'm throwing. I run past him 79. That starts getting some claps. Everyone's like, "Okay, okay, you're gonna hit 80." Bro does another throw. It's 95. I'm like, "Dude, I gotta hit 80." I run back 79. Dude gets all the way up to like 98 out of a shuffle. And I'm like, "Dude, I can't feel my arm. Like, I don't know." And then it starts going down, down. I'm like, "I'm done. I can't do this." And then I remember just being so sad in my hotel room, like, "Why can't I figure this out? I hate this." It's,
Bro, how bad was your arm hurting after?
I don't think my arms ever hurt that bad. It was one of the worst times. I remember throwing my bullpen sitting 76 in front of the whole facility, throwing to a Giants catcher. That was pretty fun. Uh, that hurt really bad too. I remember being like, I genuinely was just like trying to not look stupid. It wasn't even about baseball. I was like, I'm trying not to look so dumb in front of these people. Like, dude, I just want to look cool in front of you guys.
I wish there was video of that.
I have the 76, dude, and I warmed up with the hoodie on, with a gray shirt underneath. So I have huge sweat stains all under my armpits, throwing in front of, dude. There's like people sitting on the ground watching me. I'm like, "Why are you guys looking at this? I'm not hitting 78. Like, I don't even know why." I got the
Oh
biggest
my
sweat
god.
stains ever. I can't feel my arm. My coach is like, "You just need to do this." I'm like, "Bro, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I just started playing baseball."
Gosh.
Oh my gosh, it was the
Sounds it
worst.
sounds overwhelming, buddy.
Very overwhelming, dude. It was. Oh my gosh, you just walk in and you're like, I don't belong here. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing here. I can't. I, I don't know what to
Yeah,
do.
I can't even play catch. I'm in a $10 million facility.
Oh my gosh, bro. It was so playing catch hurt. I had to play catch. I had to play catch with a dude that threw 96, and he was warming up for velo day. I'd never thrown with anyone who thrown over like 80. I'm on my 10 man high school team. I was throwing,
Oh
dude. I
man.
was like, I don't think
I
I've
wish
ever
Brooks could
been.
hear this.
I don't think I've ever been that scared before. I was like, "Dude, stop throwing so hard." I don't. It's, and then I'm throwing it back like I'm gonna throw it hard back too. It's like 73. I'm like, ah. Dude, I was so
Dude.
scared. I don't know where that kid is now, but he was 96 off the mound after playing catch with me. That was a good luck charm. I was going crazy.
God, dude.
Yeah, that was.
Well, it can't get worse from there.
Yeah, I don't think I could have a stand-up routine about my career so far. It's been, yeah, it's been. But Project Sprout came of it, and I was like, I'm gonna just, I'm gonna just be ass on the internet and see what happens. And everyone, I feel like it was kind of relatable because I feel like most baseball players are not throwing 96 or
Yeah,
or doing some
for
crazy
sure.
105 mile an hour pull
Yeah.
down. It's like it's funny. It's like I think it's funny. I always thought it was funny, but I was like I always knew it was funny, but at the same time, it was like it's frustrating. But you got to find the humor in it because it's definitely pretty had some pretty funny.
I mean, the fact that you just kept going,
Yeah.
kind of
Oh,
remarkable.
my will. I've always been stubborn, and I finally put it to use. I finally put it towards something positive. I was like, yeah. If you ask my mom anything, it was just I don't think she could change my mind once during my childhood. It was yeah. I don't know how she put up with that, but
Yeah,
it worked.
I've talked to your dad on the phone a couple
Yeah,
times,
yeah,
and he says the most stubborn person alive.
yeah. The will is something else. I don't know. Yeah, I know. I don't think I know one other person who would have kept playing baseball if they went through this journey.
I don't know many people that are eating 5,000 calories a day.
Yeah.
Just to, just to
Yeah,
think, hey, just thinking that's gonna make them throw hard.
I know. I was trying anything, literally anything and everything, bro. It was, yeah. The journey is insane. The come up is unreal. Like everyone looks at it, it's like, yeah, you're still kind of stinky, but it's like you should see me throwing a bullpen and the pitches are going 15 feet to the right and 20 feet to the left. It's like my catcher's just there. I'm almost throwing it over like a 40-foot fence. Yeah, those were the worst.
Gosh, you're so much better now, man.
It's insane.
So
It's
much
so
better.
crazy. It's just honestly, man. The funny thing working with you is that there's always you'll say things and then I'll be like, I I understand what he's saying, but like I don't get it. Like, and then as time has gone, like understanding things. Like I remember you telling me like, "Yo, it's got to be fun," and I was like, "Dude, this is the most negative experience I've ever had to deal with." I was like, "Dude, I've never been good at baseball. I was good for one season in 8th grade, and I've been bad since."
Oh,
And it's like, but to be able to be just happy going to the field with my family, just playing catch, it's like that's an insane like transformation. Even just this
yeah, no,
time last year.
I just think that you had gone through so much. You were just
Dude.
experiencing things from such a negative state that you
Yeah.
needed time to learn. You needed time to learn what it was like to be yourself and be okay with it not. And I think part of it is you having the Instagram to be able to put it out there that like I don't even give a shit that I'm a joke.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. What happens?
Yes.
Hey, what happens if I make fun of myself and then get better?
That's what I'm saying.
It's
It's
like,
like,
well,
yo, I will make fun
it's
of
like
myself
playing with
all day
house
for
money.
5K a month, bro. I will make fun of
Yeah, I
myself
mean,
all day.
bro, when you're throwing your pens, you should be almost doing something that's it's like just hilarious every single
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, literally
You
it's
got the
like
peeps.
dude, I always knew that was gonna be the way to get to make it. I was like, this is such a bad situation, and I have no idea how I'm gonna figure this out. But it's like pulling down 66 with sweat stains is funny. Like that's genuinely funny. Like
It
I know,
really is. I think my 10-year-old son is
yeah.
pulling down
It's like,
66.
and I'm like, dude, I'm almost throwing that off my butt. Like it's like that's crazy.
Oh, that's so funny, bro. It's crazy now. It's crazy now because you were trying so hard.
Yeah, yeah. That I genuinely believe it was God trying to be like, dude, let go. Like you, the whole experience has been me trying to control it and it just not going my way. That's really been the whole experience. And every time I've let go of control, it's gotten better. It's like I just
Yeah.
need to take that final step and be like, okay, I know I have this gift for a reason, and I need to be okay with whatever happens because it is a gift, and I've been ruining it for 6 years. I just keep,
That's a what you're saying is just a life lesson.
yeah,
We're all
that's
trying to learn that all the time outside of playing too. And I think when you accept that baseball is just like real life and you can't control it any more than you can control something else. All you can do is control what your attitude is every
yeah,
day and
it's so
what
hard.
work you're going to do and how you're going to recover and how you're going to think and
Yeah,
it's just there's so much that goes into it that like some people are lucky and they just have it and then some people will themselves there and then there's some people that may have had it and lost it and then they find a way to get it back but I
yeah.
mean it's always there for anybody if you want it bad enough.
I will say, I saw Brooks post today being like, I don't really like training every day, or like he said something about like, I don't feel like training sometimes. I'm glad I've never had that because I've always enjoyed the training aspect of it. It's been the playing part that's been a pain.
Yeah, but you ain't 34 yet and
Yeah,
you haven't had multiple injuries and things that have made baseball not fun and it's like
yeah.
I
Did
can completely understand what happens.
I'll probably get into this with him when we talk, but he took 10 years off of baseball.
No. No, not 10 years. Not 10. I
um,
think maybe. I think that he. Hey, Brooks, how many years out of baseball were you completely? How many years out of baseball were you completely? Yeah. 2 years.
Oh, I feel like I could have.
He said he was like, I thought he was out for 10 years.
I could have sworn he
2
said
years.
10, bro. I don't know.
He says that he doesn't understand how training is like, why you don't like training every day. Yeah. Yeah, he's like, I would just rather do something else.
Dude, it's fun, bro. That's the best part of my day. I have nothing
Hey,
else
you know
fun to
what though?
do.
Hey, he says that, but then every single time he works out after, he has a big smile on his
Yeah.
face. Every time,
Yeah.
every single time. Even though he
Yeah.
doesn't want to do it, it's just like, well, because like
It's the
your
best. Once
emotion
you
just
get going,
changes.
once you get going, it's like,
Yeah.
this feels good. Yeah, I
No, it's
love. I hope I can keep that tenacity for trying to get after it. It is. I look forward to it every
what?
day.
Yeah, he said because he was forced to work out when he was a kid, he didn't choose to work out. So
Yeah.
it's different. I think a lot of people have that. Like if you were forced to work out, working out kind of
Yeah, it's
sucks.
not fun. It's like I don't
But
want
like
to.
if you like chose it for yourself, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
then
think
it's.
Like for 12 hours a day. But like if you took me to the thing and like you gotta do this workout, I'm like I'd rather just climb a tree.
You say rather just
Yeah.
climb a tree.
Yeah. I mean, both of us, we just spent a lot more time doing other things than working out. I mean, I played basketball nonstop. I was always
Yeah.
playing other sports.
Yeah, I
Brooks,
guess
he was playing other sports. Yeah, he says he still likes running and jumping.
Yeah, dude, running. I only like running if there's a purpose behind it. I don't know. I've never been able to be like I'm gonna go for a mile run, and I never feel good about it afterwards.
Yeah, for sure. Grinding through the
Yeah, it's
mile.
just like I don't know how those cross country dudes you have to like hate yourself to do cross country, bro. That is just
I don't know.
seems miserable. You're just like 130 pounds, just like going for like 10 miles. Is like, why are you doing this? But
Couldn't do it.
yeah, but this is. Let me see. Um. So, kind of getting more into the soul throwing business moving forward, or I don't know if you want to call it a business, more of a I don't know a group. I don't know what
Yeah,
the
no.
heck you want to call it. I guess it's technically a business, but how do you think about the throw and kind of I guess let's start there and then and go a little bit into training and how it's just a little different than what is out there and what is popular right now.
I mean, how do I think about like what part of the throw or what about the throw?
Let's helping develop the throw in somebody who is just lost.
I would say the first thing is like you just start with like, do you like throwing? Like legitimately, like
Yeah.
it's like otherwise, like why are you even doing it? There's a lot of people that will ask, and it's like they don't really love throwing. So
Yeah.
it's like if you can't find that, then
Yeah.
that's the first thing. Um, and then like it's just like that's just like $1 million question because everyone is so unique, you know? It's like you look at each person and really what you're looking for is like coordination and fluidity, snap on the ball. I mean, I don't know. It's like if you watch people throw over and over and over, like now when I watch film, I can't believe that I can even see what I can see because when I was
Oh
21 years
yeah.
old, I had no idea what the hell I was looking at. It's like almost someone needs to teach people how to look at their own throw because like honestly, I'm still terrible at it. I don't even like watching my own throw. I like to feel it and like go back and check it. And so
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
It's
that
really hard to say like, okay, how would you fix someone's throw? It's like there's so many different things. It's like, well, how do they think? I don't even know what they think about. I don't know what have they done before.
yeah.
It's like I have someone that I'm helping that threw really hard when they were younger and they're not throwing that much harder now. And it's like, okay, well, how do we look at that and what does that mean? It's like,
That's
does that
fine.
mean he should be
I love it.
does
That's
that
such
mean
a
that
great
he
answer. I
it's
swear,
like
dude, you're more of a sensei than a coach, bro. I've told multiple people that. I swear you're a sensei, dude. You're Mr. Miyagi. a pitching
I don't
pitching.
know. I think I've just got a lot of perspective because I have a lot of friends at all different levels,
Yeah,
and I've been through my own different journey, and I've seen people walk through the journey in different walks of life, doing different things, going different places, going nowhere. I've seen baseball help people's lives. I've seen baseball ruin people's lives.
yeah,
I've seen my son find baseball to be a passion on his own, and I've seen kids be forced into baseball. And I don't know how I learned what I learned, but I just kind of thank God every day that I have been able to be blessed with like just jam an idea down. You can just tell someone, hey, it's got to be like this.
dude, the Wi-Fi, dude, the Wi-Fi just cut out, bro. The video just froze for like that whole thing. No, that was $1 million. That was $1 million answer right there. I heard like 2 parts of it,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think that
Oh,
dude. I think that I don't know. I just think there's a level of creativity and just just the way you think about the throw. Like, I mean, I don't want to say much of it on here. I mean, it's very like personal, like basis to basis kind of. But I mean, just thinking about the throw, like the way it all started there. Like, if you don't understand, for me at least, like I didn't understand what I understood what the internet was
your
telling
wife.
me, but I didn't understand what my body needed, like to actually do feel wise. Because I don't think a lot of people are introspective enough to like feel that and like put it into words. They look at the video and it's like leg turnover, arm flips up, throw the ball. So I think that's what's special
Yeah,
about
and
the
I mean,
company,
I
your
think
business. The
I think that's I think that that's like that just comes from experience of seeing so many people throw the ball so many different ways and get the job done.
Yeah,
And then knowing that like, some situations are different than others, like one of the guys that we're helping right now, he's a little bit older, so like when he shows up to spring training, he's got to be ready. Like there's no like, oh, he's going to get to prove himself for 22, 23,
yeah. It's
24.
like
It's
you
like,
gotta go.
it's like, hey, like right now, like
Yeah,
the game has changed. And so, um, I don't know, it's different for each individual. If I would have started on that same mindset for you, that would have panicked you. It's like, it's
yeah, dude.
everyone's different. And
Yeah,
sometimes, if you were a senior in college and we met, that would be different.
yeah, yeah,
It's like, that changes everything too. Maybe you only have 1 year left of baseball, and the way that you need to go about it based on how I see the game is like you got to go somewhat crazy because you
yeah,
only got maybe 9 months left of guaranteed baseball.
yeah, yeah. I feel like I've kind of tried to approach it like that already. I gotta figure out how to catch up a little bit. I have a little behind the 8 ball. It's like,
Yeah, but the thing is like you can't understand where the compound interest is going to come, and you're going to have like these quantum leaps,
yeah,
especially someone your age. So the only thing you can control is like that mindset and that everyday work ethic, and then just
yeah,
being really
yeah,
really confident that like you're definitely going to get better. You have no idea how much, but you can feel it if you're really confident and you're like objective about what being better is for you.
I think that's important. Once you can put it into perspective of like what is actually better, it's. I remember that one time when I just wanted to know the velo from that one time over the summer and they wouldn't tell me. I was like, I was at the point where like I had come down a little bit from the chasing that number, but my parents were too afraid to tell me because they thought I was gonna spaz about the number because it wasn't 90. I was like, guys, like I just want to know what the number was. I'm not gonna freak out about it. It's like that has been the biggest thing of just accepting progress without it being the final goal that I want. I think that's big. I think that's important in keeping going.
I think that's important for life.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of this
Is
transfers
like
over.
I mean, that's just ultimately what I'm trying to teach you is things that are going to help you look at things in a more disciplined way so that you can actually understand where you are in reality. If you don't understand where you are in reality, it's kind of hard to get your bearings straight and see where you're trying to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Reality gets, it's so easy to get it, like baseball be such a big, like so controlling of your life almost. It's easy to get
Yeah.
swallowed into it, it feels like sometimes.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can feel that in my soul, buddy.
yeah.
It just kind of keeps coming.
Yeah, it just keeps on going. I
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I just love the soul throwing. I love everything about the stuff you guys are doing. I want to go mainstream. I don't know. I don't. It's interesting. I don't know if it's a mainstream ideal or like. I don't know if you can cater to the people who haven't done everything already and like. I mean, I think you can, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even really think about it like that. I just think about trying to help everybody that we help and
Yeah.
trying to get better and trying to be the best versions of ourselves, because ultimately the way that I see it is like you can't be the grandmaster unless you are the guy that can do it.
Yeah,
And
exactly. That is so
anytime
important. That is such a big. I hope people
anytime
don't gloss over it.
anytime you, yeah, but like it's easy to gloss over it because
It
people can
is.
present information in a way that's so super appealing. And it doesn't mean that you know someone can't actually teach you something that can't do it, but there's just this I don't know, there's this blessing that you get when you're trying to reach your physical potential, and like you learn a lot over the years and trying to give that back to other people. Perspective is really the ultimate thing that you learn, and so you're trying to give that back with the wisdom so that people don't have to go through all the pitfalls that you've gone through.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I really would have. It was funny. I remember watching a video of who's that super jacked pitcher on the Reds? Or he
Lorenzen?
Yeah. I remember watching a video of him doing a workout on the beach when I was younger and being like, it's like how's that helping? Obviously he's super jacked, but I remember him doing it and he wasn't lifting anything crazy. He wasn't doing anything. And I remember it not making sense being like, well, he's not lifting weights. Like what how is that like gonna help him? Like he's not doing that. So and now I'm like literally have done a workout that looks very similar to that on a hill before. And it's like, dude, that's crazy how we're so quickly to disregard what we've seen. Like a lot of these guys aren't crazy weight room guys. They're not crazy lifting anything crazy like meathead stuff in the gym. Like a lot of these, especially the Hispanic guys, are doing stuff that I think we're so quickly to gloss over and be like, well, he's just an outlier. They're just an outlier. But like that type of training really does work. It's so funny how it can just be kind of pushed away and be like, that guy's an outlier. That guy just grew. Dominicans just throw hard naturally. They're just
Yeah, I
special.
mean, I don't know. It's really hard because there's not one way to throw a baseball and get people out and provide a house for your family. So thinking that there is I don't know. That's really what my problem is with everything that I see is everyone
Saying like
thinks there's
this
only
is the
one.
way. This is the way that
There's
works.
only one way. Like
Yeah.
I don't even believe that. Like that's why I don't even think that we have a way. Like we don't prescribe. We have kids that we're having lift weights.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's like some kids might need lifting weights. Like that's not something that like people want to talk about because they want to look at what we're doing and say, "Oh, they only don't lift weights." It's like, well, I mean, have you ever worked out with me?
Yeah. It's
I
hard.
don't know. It's like, well, I mean, and like I touch weights all the time, but maybe not weights in a way where you look at it from an egotistical perspective. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
hard to do that when you're when you're not capable of like understanding how the body actually functions and the way that like I don't know. If you train like that for years, you really see the compound interest of it.
Yeah.
And if you just dabble in something, then sure. But I also know that I've tried everything. So I I do the things that
Yeah.
I do because I have tried everything, and
Yeah.
I know that like there's more importance than just lifting weights.
I really hope
It's about how
people.
you move, tapping into you have to have a lot of energy. So like I don't know, sometimes lifting weights might take away too much energy from throwing a ball.
Do you
Sometimes it might help you. Sometimes it might give you even more. You have to know who you are.
do you ever feel like when you train the way that you've been having me train for a while, where it's just a lot of dynamic kind of stuff, where not as much get this, like, I don't know, we kind of stayed away from weights for a while. Do you feel like when you do that training and then you go back to weights, like you notice how kind of almost sluggish it feels lifting those type of weights? Like, not that you're stronger, but your body feels slower almost.
Yeah, I mean, not for me. I don't have that problem because I only use weights and with the stimulus that like
Yeah.
I wouldn't get that result from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
I
I'm
guess
only
that
gonna touch
is.
them enough. So like I
Well,
don't
that's
really
how
feel
it
that
made me
feeling
feel this
anymore. But
fall.
I did get to a point where I thought that was the answer and getting big and
Yeah.
all of that. But it just honestly it just goes so much deeper than that. It's not
Yeah.
just only about lifting weights or what your training is. It's always way deeper.
I really hope people can hear that, because there's so much on the table that you don't even know is on the table. I don't even really know what's on the table yet, and I've been doing this for a year. It's like what I could see so far is that I can kind of see a little bit on the table, and it's like there's definitely some stuff that, like, I didn't know was there, that kind of happened, and I, like, was able to find through this type of training of, like, you got to fix your head first. You're not going to do anything until you fix your brain.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. That's Brooks and I. We feel like a lot of kids were. If we don't know anything about you, how can we actually help you? Because we don't know what you're thinking. It's like
Yeah.
we've been in the place where somebody has the answers, and we just listen to what they say, and we never tell them about what we think or how we feel.
Yeah.
And it's like yeah, that's cool, but like then you don't even know if what you're doing it right, or if you actually believe in it. It's
Yeah.
like that's just
Yeah, the
there's
belief is
just
big. That is so big. If you don't believe in what you're doing, it's why are you doing it? Like, it's not gonna do anything for you.
yeah, and finding belief in something that is like actually going to help you
Yeah.
is hard because sometimes you just have to learn, and sometimes you learn the hard way. It's like I went through it. I
Yeah.
tried. I mean, I've never made it to the major leagues, and I've tried throwing sidearm. I've tried doing heavy balls. I've tried doing all these different places that I've gone to, and I'm not even going to name what they are because it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. It's
Yeah.
just I've learned a lot, and the way that I see it now is like there's not one specific answer. It's all about where you're at and what you need personally.
Yeah. I love it. What is the hardest you've thrown? I'm curious. Is it
What
101?
I could pull I just looked at it today. 101.3 in the backyard.
It's Ched. Is that the
And
is
then
it
the pull downs, that's the crazy one. It's I have video of Doc throwing
Yeah.
120.1 and people won't even believe it.
Yeah. I've shown that to a couple
It's
of my
crazy.
buddies. It's like, dude, that is the craziest thing. Dude, there's a kid on my team that has the same form, that crazy front flip, and I was like, that's got to be, it's got. I don't know. I don't know how. It's just you go so much into the ground that you like go over your front leg. Like, he does like a flip in the video.
I mean, if you think about it, he's like pulling down on the ball so hard that he's literally finishing over it.
That's crazy. Like, his feet are like
Yeah.
at the top of the frame at
The
as.
thud, hey, the thud of him landing, he's bleeding afterwards.
Oh my gosh,
Like
120 though.
crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah. No, I mean, people won't even believe it. I show people, they don't believe it.
Oh, that's a
But
3 ounce.
yeah, I'm like,
I
all
don't
right,
know.
well,
If you watch enough of his stuff, I feel like, how can you not believe it? Almost, I don't know. He's a specimen.
yeah, it's crazy, honestly. It's so crazy.
Is he gonna be? Are you guys? is he gonna be coming into the soul throwing stuff?
Yeah, we've been working with them. We love
Hey,
Doc.
that's
We
fire.
think that we think that there's a lot of stuff that we can do together that will really help people.
That's awesome, man. I'm glad to hear. I'm super excited to see. I saw that you got a page going
Yeah,
on
I got an
Instagram.
Instagram.
Oh, back on
I put it up there, but I got nothing. I don't
back on
Instagram.
crew.
I get about 3 minutes a week on Instagram.
Yeah, dude, Instagram.
Brooks, how many minutes a week I go on Instagram? It's just, dude. Brooks is. I say Brooks talks to 150 people minimum per day. Minimum. It's
on
unbelievable.
on like
On his phone,
really,
everything is on his phone. So
dude,
it's like,
he
and then if
grinds
we go
out
to,
those stories where he's just
hey,
responding to people.
he's a specimen. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's
Sales,
crazy.
sales, that sales job that he had made him a worker.
Bro, locked in. Hey, I mean, it's I'd
Yeah,
rather
he's
talk about
locked.
baseball than pharmaceuticals or something.
No doubt. He did life insurance.
Oh, that's crazy. Did he sell any?
Yeah.
How much? How much? Was he good at it?
You'll have to ask him.
No,
You'll
I
have to
gotta, I
ask him
gotta, I gotta.
how much money he made selling life insurance.
Dude, my buddy tried to do that, and he just
I sold Grinds coffee pouches.
really.
Grinds coffee pouches. Yeah, he says he made 38 grand on one policy.
That's crazy. So what? You're
I
just.
would be
I gotta
you
ask
could
him about
make
that.
you could with Grinds coffee pouches, you would sell them to the gas station, so you just be calling gas stations all day, calling these
Dude,
distribution centers.
is this a minor
But
league
if you
job?
got no, this was like real life job, buddy. This was
Really?
running out of money. Running out
Oh.
of money. How am I going to see my son? And I worked for them for a year. I did some trade shows. I was grinding, and then I got signed because I was playing adult league,
Yeah.
and I got signed randomly, and I tried to keep working Grinds coffee pouches, and I was still doing good, and they didn't even know. And then after like a month, I told them. I should have never told them. I
Ah.
just I did. I told them, and then I couldn't.
No.
I was double dipping, but I was still doing my job because I would just
Yeah.
you wake up in the morning, you got all day. So I was motivated, I was like, I'm making no money playing baseball. At least I still have a job.
Yeah.
And then, sure enough, got released from the from both.
No. That's
Yeah,
dude. Oh, that's a
sick.
tough place to be, man.
Yeah, but that's when I got the mound. That's what well, that was when COVID happened, and I got the mound, and that's when everything happened. So it was
Yeah.
just part of God's plan to
Yeah. That's
just
honestly something. That's just a very life thing to happen. That's just like everything falls apart and then something good comes and then everything falls
I mean,
apart.
yeah, that's honestly what makes life beautiful.
It is. It's yeah. You don't think it's beautiful when you're going through it. It's a very it's a very
Perspective is a
yeah.
tough lesson sometimes.
No, you never really want to get perspective when you're getting it. I want to go
Never,
back. I screw perspective.
never, never.
I don't want it.
Fuck this.
Yeah, get me out of here. I don't go back. Oh, dude,
Uh,
that's
like two
funny.
years later, you're like, dang, I'm glad I went through
Yeah,
that. I wouldn't have learned about who I am if I didn't go through that.
it's crazy. It's so crazy how, yeah, when everything's falling apart, to just be like, I still have faith in a plan, and just riding on
Yeah.
that and just believing that it really can get you through anything.
How do you do it?
Dude, in the middle of all of it, I was like, dude, when I remember that morning I was talking to you about it, that was a big turning point because the beginning of the fall I was just kind of like sad and like just bummed. I was like, yeah. It was the podcast that messed everything up. Stupid podcast, bro. It was my dumbass got a podcast and started yapping. Yeah, but then and then we started talking about it, and I was like, that got me into the headspace where it's like I gotta figure something out. Like I gotta keep going. And then and then I just kept doing bad at pitching. And I was like, oh my gosh, bro, can I catch a break? Everything. It was like the two things that were going amazing just just went down the drain in a matter of months. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is genuinely one of the worst periods I've ever had to deal with. And then Browns game, lifts, class. I was like, dude, this is just so much. And I was like,
College is hard, bro.
and I was
College is
just,
hard. It's
it is. And I was just like, man,
hard.
I still believe that this is what I'm meant to do, and like something good is gonna come out of this. And it's like, I just remember the Bible verse always kept coming back to me, is the when Jesus is, when he's praying, he's like, not let not my will be done but yours. And I just kept saying that. I was like, dude, this is not my plan. This is not what I want to happen, but something is gonna come out of this that has to be positive. Like, I'm really
Yeah.
trying here. I just gotta keep going. It's like, I think I'm already coming out on a good side. A lot easier time period I'm entering right now. That I think,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, I think if anything, it just kind of grew my faith, which is big because I've always believed, I've always trusted, but I don't think I've ever really had to depend on on him. Be like, I just had to give him my problems and be like, dude, this is so much for me right now. And I was like, just kind of give him and trust, and just whenever I was getting in my head, whenever I was thinking about stuff, just to kind of like redirect my vision to be like, yo, stop thinking about that. Stop ruining your day. Be like, he
Yeah.
has a plan. Just trust in it. And if
Hey,
it,
it still comes up in your head too, huh?
oh, dude, just the other
It
night,
still
just when I got
does.
back, just yesterday, I was in my room
I
like,
told you, bro.
I was like,
I told you.
dude, it's like
I just
the smells and just like the energy, like the vibe here. I'm like, no, 10 minutes away, bro. Literally lives 10 minutes away. I'm like, oh my gosh, bro, I'm gonna tweak out. And then I got up today and I was like, I get to throw today. I get to train. I'm happy. I'm not gonna let it ruin my
yeah.
day again.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
The
dude.
way, bro.
I was genuinely tweaking out. That conversation really did help. That was a big turning point for the fall mentally, because like that was a good day. I just got to hang out with the boys a little bit, and I was like, I think I can get through this. Because before that, because
Bro,
yeah,
you can get through anything. It's just
I could get
understanding
if I could get through
understanding that
that,
you
I could
already
get through.
have. You already have.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy still dealing with that stuff. I was always, you don't really understand it until you go through it, I feel like. And then when you're going through it, you're like, I wish I didn't understand it.
Always.
Yeah, social media is, yeah. My For You page was all just like sad relationship stuff for most of the fall. And I was like, I gotta get this off here. Every time I open the app, it's like, I'm like, oh, dude.
Hell,
Yeah.
it's terrible, bro.
It is bad. It's bad, but yeah, time to throw
Is it
90.
all? Is it all hot girls now?
It's soccer, dude. It's really soccer. I had to get something off that wasn't anything related to girls. I was like, dude, I'm gonna watch Mbappe do
Good.
some crazy thing.
Good.
Yeah, the soccer edits came in clutch.
I love that.
The most fun I've had all fall playing college baseball was playing soccer. It's so funny.
Oh
Until my
gosh,
body
bro.
started breaking down and my back hurt, and I was like,
Yeah.
I was making eggs in the morning.
Gotta lay off the soccer this week.
Soccer's going too crazy. I was getting too good. God was like,
Oh,
yo,
you are.
Jav,
Hey, you are getting good. You
I
are getting
am.
good.
I don't know. I think I could honestly play like a midfield for our college team. Argue maybe better than I played during fall baseball. I think I could have balled out on our soccer team, to be honest, man.
Oh,
It's so
funny.
funny. I could have gone crazy, man. So put me on the U.S. soccer team. I go out there with Pulisic and go crazy. You just gotta kick it up, though. I was
Oh,
always
bro.
better.
All right.
That's the funny thing too. I was always better at soccer in high school
I know. Why'd you choose baseball?
because I was like, I looked at myself and I was like, you're not playing anything past college. Like, you honestly, if I did the training we did right now, I might have thought differently. But I was slow. I was
How much faster are you now?
So much faster. I'm one of the fastest dudes on our team, which is crazy because I've never been that. I've never been a fastest dude on the team kind of guy. I'm like,
So
yo,
cool.
yeah, dude.
I love that.
It's just me and this other kid that are always going against each other now, which is electric.
Cool.
But yeah,
Yeah, that's cool.
this is a good cast, man. I think.
Yeah, bro. I appreciate you having me, buddy.
Dude, I'm excited, bro. I'm excited for the future. I hope we can get some crazy things going here soon. Take over the internet.
Have to. Day by day, bud.
Awesome, man. Well, I'm glad to have you, and hope you have a good night, man.
Yeah, man. I'll talk to you.
Awesome. See you.
Later, brother.